Yeah, yeah. What's up, fellow nerds? How are we doing today out there in nerd land? Welcome to Gfpf Live. What are we at? Episode 7 now, 007. That's a good number. Just want to say hi to everyone out there, and welcome to the show. Our Thursday, 4:30. Anyway, throw it around the room here. I'm going to say, hey, what's going on? What are you doing, Nico?
Hello. How is everyone? Here I'm holiday, so trying to chill out a bit. Trying to enjoy this new show for everyone.
Right.
What about you guys? You okay? How are you?
What's up,
good?
Jay?
Yeah, welcome everybody to the show tonight. It's going to be a fun one. We have a lot to go over, so I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Ren, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Pleasure to be here. Obviously covering the amazing H. So hopefully I'll live up to his legacy.
I'm sure you will. What's up, Cal?
How's it going? It's been a long week. I've had a couple of gym sessions that have absolutely kicked my butt this week. But happy to be here, chatting with you fellas. Have a good time.
Well, at least one of us goes to the gym.
I've been lazy recently, I'll be honest.
Right. Nico's wife makes him go every once in a while. Speaking of Nico's wife, I think I see her over there in the chat.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, hello. How are you? And then I also see Alexis over there. What's going on? I like
Do you remember yesterday? Hola, gordo.
Hola, Gordo. Yep.
Yeah.
I get that reference.
Listen, I can totally relate to that. So anyway, hey, there's my wife. Hi, Amanda. Glad you're here.
Hello, Amy.
Hey,
Take
man.
a break from those deadlines. So.
We got or one person that is always there, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Good to see you, man. As
How's it
always,
going, bud?
buddy. Always good to see you, buddy.
And we got
Right on.
DC Multiverse. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, hello, Benjamin.
good to see you, Benjamin. That's the other Benjamin.
Yes.
That's the other Benjamin. Cool. Right on. And it's got some guys starting to come in. So yay. Good. Glad to see y'all as always. Anyway, so you know the shtick by now. Gfpf. We're all about the toy community and getting photos out there from the groups and sharing some cool news and our nerd thoughts of the week and just anything nerdum. That's kind of what we're going to cover today. And we do have a pretty good show planned for you, pretty packed. So I think with that, hey, Nico, what we got going on?
We got the first one of the day.
Hey, this is me.
Yeah.
Cool.
So there is always you. It's always
I know.
you.
Why does it always? These are just randomly drawn too. Like, don't make it sound like I'm like pulling rank or something because I don't have.
Yeah, why does Gannon get to go first?
Right. Now, this one here is Dork Lord Collectibles. And I just really liked the way that the two figures were looking up at the camera, and just wanted to give a shout out to artists that I really enjoy. So there you have it. Go follow Dork Lord Collectibles. All right, cool. I think with that, we're going to do a little getting into some news with Kay. Let's do it, baby.
All right. Well, welcome you action figure junkies. We have a lot of news to discuss today. I got some awesome things to go over. And as you see on our screen, we got Blokees coming up first. But before we get into the news, I do want to say, if you're interested in more niche news, things like that are on 5K Toys or Big Bad Toy Store, I cover a lot of that news on our After Dark show that's on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Central and 10 p.m. EST. Our show was last night. If you want to have any interest in seeing what I did on the news that last night, go check it out. So first is up, we're going to discuss some Blokees and Marvel, which is awesome. I know we have some fans of Blokees on our panel here. So I have not purchased Blokees myself, but this is going to probably be the first time I buy them. Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm very excited about. If you're noticing my, what I wear every week, I typically have something that's Deadpool on. So this is very applicable to me, and I'm very excited. So if you're not sure what Blokees are actually model kits that you put together yourself. You build these figures, and then it's in a very satisfying way from what I've heard and what I've seen, and you get this as your end result. Awesome looking action figures that are very posable. And Blokees does a lot of different lines. It's almost like I kind of reference them as like the Fortnite of the action figure community, because they have so many different genres and different IPs that they do, from Transformers to SpongeBob and a whole bunch of other ones. And now they're adding Deadpool and Wolverine and even Superman to the line. So we have so much that's going on. So we're just going to go through this real quick. Here's some images. I do not know when the release date is. I think they're already available overseas. Not sure when they're going to hit the US yet.
Yeah, I saw something on that. Okay, I saw one of the Instagram posts said that it wasn't going to be available in all territories.
Really?
I don't know if you caught that. Yeah. So it didn't look like it was available in the UK. I think I saw some that said it was available in the US and some that wasn't. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're available yet in the US. I'm pretty sure people are buying them in China right now. You can get these in China, but they're not available in the US currently. I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong. Somebody can fact check me and put that in the comments. That's fine.
I think it's a licensing thing, guys.
Right, it is. I believe so.
Yeah.
But these images that have come out for Deadpool and Wolverine are awesome. There's multiple head portraits and hands that are coming with these figures. We have, these really cool images of Deadpool and Wolverine here. And that, for Blokees, buildable model kit, it looked pretty damn good to me. So I'm very excited about this. Cal, I'm actually going to have you weigh in a little bit, because I know you bought recently. You've been big on the Transformers ones. So let's go through like the building experience, and because people hear model kits get a little intimidated by how much they might have to do to build these figures. So go ahead and let us know how difficult it is.
Sure. So quickly, just beforehand, I love the look of these. I think they've got this real cartoonish feel, really playful, and I think they've hit a really good middle ground between like too cartoony and realistic. So I just wanted to say that about these specifics. I think they look great. In terms of the building experience, it's so simple. I'm not a big Lego guy. I'm not a big puzzle guy. They just they stressed me out more than anything. I don't, some people do that to relax, and I just have the opposite effect. So when Thor said therapy made him angrier. But I will say with these, I've really enjoyed it. Like I was like, oh, I get the Lego thing now. I get why people like building Lego. They come in these boxes, and they have like the sheets like normal model kits, but you don't need a tool to remove the pieces. And I had not one bad like clipping when I got it out. Not one piece was jagged or had a bit missing. And I've got a few here if you want to have a look in a bit.
It's easy to take it out of the runners. Are you saying that?
Really, yeah, really easy. Yeah. I think the bigger ones take at least took me a while to build. So by the end of it, my finger was hurting, but that's because I was going to town on it.
Do these require any sort of glue?
No.
See, that's awesome. Like lots of times with model kits, you have to buy tools, and you have to get glue, and you have to buy paint. So this stuff is not like that, which is great. So I think it's very it's easy. Barrier of entry is really easy because it's not that difficult to put together.
I think that's why it's so much fun to build, because I don't think there's another line that is quite as streamlined as this. At the end of the day, we're doing model kit building, And at the end of it, you don't just get like a model that you're probably going to put on a shelf for it just to keep safe. You've got an action figure, and the Transformer stuff specifically look great. So yeah, it's almost like you get that dopamine at the end. You're building a thing, and then at the end you're like, well, for me personally, I'm like, oh, I can take some pictures of this in a bit. So
I've done a thing.
I've done the thing.
Yep.
How many pieces do they normally come in?
It varies. So there are like different sizes and different sort of lines. I don't know. I've not familiarized myself with the lines that much because there's quite a lot of different ones.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, but I have like a small one, like a medium-sized one, and a big one. Whenever I can show you those if that's what you want to see.
Yeah, go ahead and show us your.
Now? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this guy here, is that okay?
Yeah, I can see him.
Okay, so this guy here, so he costs like eight quid. I'm working on him for a collab because we're doing a budget. It's the Gfpf monthly collab. We're doing the budget shots, and he was 8 quid. I built him in like 5 minutes, something like that. And he doesn't look like he's just a figure. Like, look, do you know what I mean? Like, you can just sort of, he's articulated. He's got elbows. He's got shoulders, waist. Legs, ankles, really good for the price point. The next one up I've got is, this was like 20, and this is a little bit more complicated. I think if I hit him in a certain way, he like lights up. There you go. You can't really see it that well. The only thing I will say about this one, you can sort of see the pegs a bit more, and I was a bit disappointed by that based on my other two experiences. But this is one of my favorite pickups of the year, and it was I call them Blokees, and it was a Blokees one.
Blokees.
So this is kind of I guess this is like their like deluxe or elite one, and this was 40, and this took me, I want to say about 90 minutes to build, and it's fantastic. It has a bunch of interchangeable things. If you're into your Transformers lore, it's got the Matrix of Leadership in its chest. Awesome. That lights up if you put a magnet on it. And they're improving the line. Like the Soundwave version of this comes with voice activated stuff as well. So just
no way.
I've become a Blokees guy. I love him.
I definitely will after this wave, after the Deadpool Wolverine. Real quick before I get into the meat and potatoes on the news section, you guys on the panel, anybody else interested in getting these Deadpool Wolverine?
I mean, I'll get them just because. You know what I mean? It's like, I think it's like you have to, and then maybe just because I'll end up really liking them. So I'll let you know when I get them in my hands.
Awesome. What about you, Nico?
Maybe.
Kind
of remind me about the Gundam building when you get like the parts and you make the model kit without any glue or any paint. But at last, when you finish the piece, either way, it's a Wolverine, Deadpool, or Gunpla, you may want to make some adjustment with some kind of painting or scratching or like weathering the stuff. So it's kind of cool to make your own action figure. I like the idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Ren, finally, go ahead and weigh in on this. What do you think? You're going to get these?
I'm actually intrigued by the Transformers Blokees. From what we saw from Cal. I mean, this Wolverine and Deadpool, they look amazing, but I don't want to start another Marvel line of figures.
Right.
I can't afford it, but I will be intrigued by the Transformers ones.
Awesome. And chat, if anybody's interested in getting these, please let us know in the comments. But I'm going to move right on into the meat and potatoes. So you can see, as the title of our stream tonight is The Return of Batman Returns. So we have a lot of DC news to go over. I'm currently looking at Toy Shiz on Instagram. His page is awesome. All the latest news and action figures, and especially with DC coming out, so McFarlane Toys. They had their show today, and there are so much reveals and announcements that were to come out of this show. So I'm going to quickly go through these so I can get to the Batman Returns stuff, because that's really where I want to get to, but it's just so much. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to fly through these like Superman. I am going to fly through these, okay? So they announced, this is one of the announcements they had today. One of the reveals is the 0 Hour Superman. This is going to be a Page Punchers action figure. I can get in the whole what Page Puncher is, blah, blah, blah. But they'll be available. So here's a look at 0 Hour Superman. That is a cloth cape. It's not wired. It's not wired. I want to repeat, that is not wired. Okay? A lot of people are going to see the stitching on the cape and think it's wired. That one is not. All right, they're doing this in the line. But he has the mullet. He looks great. This is an awesome buck. This is probably my favorite Superman body buck that they've done. The figure looks really good. So that's one that they announced today. The one I'm really excited about is this Joker right here. This Joker is coming with a cloth jacket. This is another one that's going to be in that Page Punchers wave. This is going to be an instant pickup. Now, his hat is not removable, but that jacket is. And the head sculpt, I mean, it's immaculate. So I'm very excited about this. As you can see, according to Toy Shiz here, September 30th are for pre-orders. All the stuff that I'm showing you right now are going to be, I believe, available for pre-order on the 30th. Again, you can fact check me. That's fine. I can be wrong. It's okay if I'm wrong. The Shrimp 21 says, after getting wired cape figures, I don't think I'll ever get a non-wired one. I almost feel the same way. I am very much in that mentality. They spoiled us with all these cloth wired capes, and then they're starting to take them away. So here's Red Tornado, and this is Blackfire, but I don't really care about those, so we're gonna keep moving on. This one, it was interesting. This is going to be a 2-pack with the Spectre and Atom Smasher 2-pack. This is a mega figure, and then that cape is wired, and it looks fantastic. I'm very excited about that. And because of how long this cape is, we were actually talking about this last night with Spawn. This gives me hope that McFarlane might do a Spawn figure with a long cape like that. I think that would be fantastic. But this is definitely
I'm going to make a stop here.
Okay.
Please. Spawn Elite Edition.
Yes. Please.
Lot of guns.
Last night.
Lot of guns. Wire cape.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, that would be an immediate pickup if we had a Spawn Elite Edition. Make it. I don't care how much you make it. If you want to make it $80, $90, whatever, as long as it's packed with tons of goodies, I'm all good. I'm all for that. So,
it feels like it's coming. Like, I have no reason to think that, but it feels like it's coming.
I mean, he has mentioned it. Todd McFarlane himself has mentioned that they want to find a way to make a Spawn figure with a huge red wired cape. So hopefully they'll turn that, make that happen. Yeah, so LOTP, you guys, DC Multiverse, you said love the cape but prefer the mold. I absolutely 100% agree. I don't like this body that much. I love that cape though. I'll buy it for the cape. Maybe customers can find a way to take that cape off and put it on that one because it's going to be awesome. Okay, moving right into what is more important to me than anything else that I just showed you. Okay, the new Batman Returns wave. Now this stuff is going live tomorrow for pre-order. So please, if you want this wave, it's 12 p.m. EST that this will be announced that pre-orders will go live. Now I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of details because not everything is going to be available everywhere. I'll get into that a little bit when we get to those figures. But we're going to start right away with Michael Keaton Batman. Man, oh man. Now,
Two words.
Go ahead,
Batman.
Nico. I'm Batman. This is going to be the definitive Michael Keaton Batman in the line, bar none, and it's not even close. This image right here is not even going to justify how awesome this figure is going to be. So they showed this off in hand today on the McFarlane Toys podcast that happened earlier today. The cape is wired, the head sculpt and neck piece, that's one piece. So I don't know if he's going to have any vertical articulation with his head, but a lot of people were complaining that he had too much articulation with like the Flash version of the Batman and the other ones that they've released. So they fixed that. So his head and neck are one piece. He's going to turn his head left and right. And if you want to make him look up, you have to make his body bend backwards, just like he does in the movie to look straight up. Yeah, exactly, Cal. Nailed it. So this is going to be awesome. I cannot wait for that. Here's
Speaking about Blokees, he moves like a Blokey.
Yeah. So here's an image that they did. It's not a very clean image, but just give you an idea of the cloth wired cape. Fantastic. This is probably going to be the best. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be doing a lot of clapping for this whole wave because this whole wave he just knocked us out of the park. It's probably the best wave they've done to date, and I cannot wait to get them in hand. So moving right along, we're going to skip this one for now, and we're going to go right into what a lot of people are going to believe is probably the most important figure in the wave, or it's going to be definitely the most popular in a lot of people's opinions. I actually think there's a sleeper in this wave that's going to have the popularity But Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, oh my goodness.
It's going to sell out in 13.2 seconds.
13, yeah, not even. Not even. This is going to be one of the figures in the wave you absolutely do not want to miss out on. They promised there's going to be a lot of stock in the store, but I would not put any value in that. If you can get on tomorrow and get your pre-orders in, at least one figure, this is definitely one of them I would highly recommend. She's going to be incredible. So they went over the figure today, and they mentioned that all the stitching that's on her is textured. So that's not just painted on; it's textured. Her suit itself is very shiny. There's a lot of value here as far as like sculpt and details. And they mentioned, and anybody that's seen the movie, this taser here is very important to the wave because of what happens in the movie. And I will show you that. Actually, we'll go over that right now with Max Shrek. So Max Shrek,
amazing.
There needs to be more Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken
yes.
should be represented more. So yep.
Yes, absolutely. I 100% agree with that. And speaking of Christopher Walken, the likeness of this figure is incredible. Great job to McFarlane. Chef's kiss. I am very pumped about this. Yes, more claps. Round of applause. This is a platinum red figure. What that means is you're not gonna be able to pre-order this on your main sites like Amazon or Walmart. You might be able to get this on GameStop, but this is going to be an in-store exclusive. I'm not sure. Yeah, Target. It will be in Target and Walmart. So just be mindful that this one might not be available everywhere that you might go to shop. So just be mindful of like Target and Walmart tomorrow. They might have the pre-order for this, but he looks awesome. I love this head sculpt. This is like crazy, and like I mentioned with the taser, it's very important to this wave. So again, these are all gonna be instant pickups for me. I'm gonna there's a couple more to go through. Once I get done, I'll throw it around to you guys and the chat, and we'll get everybody's thoughts, and we'll wrap up the segment. Moving right along, as I fucked that up. Excuse my language.
PG-13.
PG, brother.
That's our one. Excuse me. Sorry, I got a little mad at myself there.
Let's establish a point that
You're just super excited. That's cool.
I was saying this on every person that I talk about this line. Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman is the sexiest and best Catwoman ever.
I'm not going to argue that.
I won't either.
Yeah.
Meow.
Go on, please.
Well, we're right into the Danny DeVito Penguin.
Speaking of sexy.
Yes. So this to me is the sleeper pick of the wave. I think this one is going to be the best figure of the wave. Just as far as quality and the cloth goods. That cloth goods jacket might be the best cloth goods jacket that they've done in the wave to date. That hat is removable, and he does come with that, obviously, his umbrella there. Now, there's another version in this wave that's coming out. That is going to be with a vehicle, and it's going to be a GameStop exclusive. So if you're looking for pre-orders, go tomorrow to GameStop or go on website and make sure you get that. It's another version of this Penguin and the vehicle. Very iconic to the movie. Face is a little off. Really? See, I think that does kind of look like a rubber mask, I guess. I don't know. I think,
but I like it. I think
it looks really good.
Yeah.
I will say, I think. Well, actually, I'll keep that to myself because I could be wrong. So, I'm very excited about that.
Danger.
Yep. So I just mentioned the GameStop exclusive. This one right here. This is going to be a GameStop exclusive. So you get another version of the Penguin in his pajama outfit, and then you get this painted duck, which is awesome. These wheels do move. I guess from what they were saying, it's a very heavy vehicle, but man, oh man, this looks awesome. I'm very excited about this. I will definitely be buying this tomorrow.
Have you heard anything about the cost on that?
This is my guess. If I had to guess, because it's a vehicle and a figure, it's gonna be close to $80.
Yep.
That's close to what they've been doing in the past. Now with the prices of stuff going up, I could see this pushing $90, like $85 to $90. But I don't know exactly what's going to be the price at, but I would say probably anywhere from $80 to $90. If it's more than $90, I might skip it.
Right.
because that's getting expensive.
Right.
Very cool.
It's always
Go ahead,
sunny
Dan.
in Gotham City.
Always sunny in Gotham City.
Right,
Absolutely.
there you go.
And there's, let's see, we got one more in the wave here. Now these penguins, this is sweet. This is so cool.
Yeah.
So what's going to be unique with these 3 penguins, and they find ways to encourage you to buy all these figures because there's stuff included in each of these boxes that are applicable to other characters in the wave. And that's the same that goes for this. So it's not showing everything that's here with these penguins, but the big penguin that's there in the front actually is articulated. His wings do move up and down, but that's the only articulation in the box. And this is going to be a McFarlane Toys exclusive, which is going to make it harder to get, but also packed in the box, which they revealed today, as another alternate jacket to go with that Danny DeVito penguin in the pajamas. So they're giving you incentives to try to buy up all these figures, and I most certainly will. I'm very excited about that. So a lot of news that was unpacked here. I'm sorry I went through it so quickly, but there's just so much. So I will throw it around to you guys. Gannon, we'll start with you. What do you think of this entire wave? How are you feeling about it, seeing how you've probably, you were around when this movie came out?
You guys ever seen that movie, Grandma's Boy?
No, see, I'm
Okay.
no.
See, there we go. Well, anyway, I was going to say, if you've ever seen Grandma's Boy, it's a great movie. But anyhow, it's about, I'm not even going to go into it. Anyway, yes, yes, I'm going to really like that Catwoman figure. I'm going to leave it right there, and then you guys go check out the clip from Grandma's Boy about the action figure. So,
awesome.
Anyway,
I can say that we have a huge,
unless you're over 17.
We have a huge improvement from the cat from the last week, aka the Beast figure from X-Men to this Catwoman.
Strong disagree.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah, actually, this line is so cool because I mean, the Batman Returns was one of the first Batman that I see when I was a child. So yeah, it's a must-have.
Yeah.
Cal, what do you think?
Yeah, I think they all look pretty good. I'm not a McFarlane collector generally, and these sound like they'll be really hard to find for me. Hey Dan, just wanted to say thanks for stopping by. I've been noticing you've been stopping by weekly, so appreciate that. But no, I think generally quite good. The cape, I think Fate mentioned on this, the cape looks a bit too short here, but overall I think it's a fantastic wave. Yeah, nothing else really to add there.
And Ren, being my resident DC multiverse guy,
Hey Jared.
what do you think about this wave? It's gotta be an instant pickup for you, right?
Oh, instant. I am beyond excited. I mean, they did the George Clooney way first, then Kilmer, then Keaton. They're working their way back, and this is just absolutely amazing. I'm slightly scared that I'm not going to be able to find that penguin duck boat in the UK because there's no GameStop in the UK. So unfortunately, that means I'm going to have to pay an unholy amount for it elsewhere. But this wave, 10 out of 10, absolutely need it. Yeah.
Wrench,
Yeah, this might
Whole
be their
Shebang
best.
tend to get stuff like this in, so check them out. Do you know Whole Shebang?
Of course.
They might get it in.
True.
There you
Good
have
point.
There you have it.
Hey, just want to shout out Jared's in the chat. Hi, Jared. Thank you for
Good to
being
see you,
here.
man.
How's it going, mate?
Hey.
I didn't say babe, I said mate. I didn't say babe. I didn't call you dad.
Oh, that's great.
Take care of me, boy. You.
So that's
Okay.
what else
Yeah.
you got for us, Kay?
Well, that's going to be it for the news segment. So, just to wrap everything up, again, these are going live tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST. I would recommend being on the site like 10 minutes early, depending on where you're going to order. I usually get my stuff off of Amazon, so I'm going to be on there. Sometimes the links go early and you can buy them. I promise you this stuff is going to sell out really quickly. So if it's just something that's a must-have for you, get on those sites early and refresh. Set an alarm at 11:30 or whatever it is for your time. Set it 15 minutes before. I'm going to be at work. I'm going to excuse myself and go buy these figures. So
Hello, boss. Sorry.
So I recommend all of you do the same. But thank you, everybody. Those were wise words from Wise World. Yeah, I got that right this time. So
Nicely
stay
done,
tuned.
Ed.
Yeah, stay tuned for the news next week. We'll cover much more. If you would like to see anything, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll cover it. But
Before
ahead.
we
Go ahead,
go
Nico.
on, before we go on, I'm going to make a stop here. I make a little poll over the chat. So we have divided opinions over the Blokees stuff. We have 60% of people wanting to be more Marvel line, and 40% of the people more oriented to Transformer. That's for you to know.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
For answering. Yeah.
I like
voted.
the Blockies. I think it's on the rise. It's gonna take over.
What?
Yeah,
What?
that's gonna be. It's a huge.
I'm sorry. What's Cal call them? Blokees.
The Blokees.
The
Blokees.
Blokees.
Yeah.
All right.
Blokees, you.
What I wanted to quickly shout out, Kate, great segment as always. The Blokees, the glamour shots, fantastic. Like generally with when we see the retailers or the the distributors show they're a little bit the figs off, they're a little bit more generic. They looked really specific. Great sort of toy photography in general.
Yeah, I think those
Really
shots
stood
were
out to me.
good.
Really stood
Yeah.
out to me.
Yeah, they were really good. That looked like something from the community.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, with that, let's wrap up the news. What do we got going next, Nico? Yes. We're going to do the first half of the GFPF top 10. And why is it always my photo first, man?
Because it is always you.
It's all about me, man. What's the deal here? No, anyway, of course, this is from Bonnie Lassie. And always does a fantastic job on the photos. And this one just caught my eyes. I like the lightning bolt coming down and the lighting in the background. And yeah, there's a lot of good things to say about it. So I'm going to toss it to you. What do you think, Kay?
Yeah, awesome. I love the lightning. It's so good. I like the atmosphere also. I think this is a really good shot. Very composed well. I won't take everything out of this photo, but I can say a lot because it's great. So I will throw it to Ren. Ren, what do you think about this photo?
First things first about Bonnie. I am always jealous of her collection. I mean, every time her stuff comes up, I'm like, oh my god, that figure looks beautiful. But I love her consistent style. Because whenever you see a shot from Bonnie, you always know it's one of hers. So it's really nice consistency. And just the colours here, they match so well. The contrast is perfect. Great shot.
Awesome. Cool. What we got next, Nico? All right. This is one of H's. And thoughts go out to H. We miss you, buddy, and looking forward to getting you back in here, man.
Yeah.
Love you. But nothing but love, brother. Yeah, this is I can always tell a photo that H picks out. They have a certain aesthetic about him. He's got an eye for this type of photo, and I really, really do enjoy him. It's a great figure. I love the action in the photo. What's going on in the photo? It's just well thought out, well done. What do you think, Cal?
Yeah, super atmospheric and super creepy. I love how tight the shot is. The composition's right up in the action, and I think that really sells just how dangerous Joker is as a character.
Do you guys have a hard time with that sometimes? Like I do, like getting close up to the figures and making them look, get the look you're going for. It always feels too much like an action figure to me. Like when I mean, you want it to look like an action figure, but you know what I'm saying? Like there's no, I can't bring them to life like this when they're real close in frame. So yeah. And breaking all kinds of photography rules, and it doesn't matter with action figures. So that's what's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a great shot. Cool. Well, we got number 3, Nico.
Yo, before we go on, Alberto is asking which Joker figure is that? Anyone knows?
No idea. I think it's a custom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not familiar
Not
with
sure
this one
myself,
at all.
Yep.
I think
At
it's
all.
on a Mezco base. I think,
Probably.
I'm not sure where that head comes from, but that looks like the Clown Prince of Crime Mezco Joker body. But the clothes have been added on. But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you got, DC over there, and you got Ren in here, and if those guys can't figure it out when it comes to a DC figure, then it's got to be something wild.
Yeah, it came from nowhere.
Right.
That's a good eye. That's a good eye, Ren.
Yeah. Let's go, Cal.
This is one of mine. This is from Kai Cooper 87. I loved the colors. I love the blur in the foreground. We've got, it looks like maybe a digital background plenty below there, and just very vibrant. I really like the juxtaposition between the vibrancy and the playfulness of the shot and the anarchy that Deadpool is sitting on top of. So it's really stood out to me. Yeah, I'm not great with colors, but you can sort of see a bit of rim lighting there on his left, our right shoulder. It sort of comes up on the mask. Yeah. Sorry, I'm taking too much.
No, it's fine. Yeah,
I just really like this one. Yeah.
Cool. What about what do you think?
Kay?
Yeah, well, again, Deadpool. Anything Deadpool, I'm on board with. So I love that we're using the weights from I believe that's the She-Hulk.
No, that's not the She-Hulk.
Oh, it's not the She-Hulk. Is that the?
No, I'm not sure where that is from. She-Hulks are skinnier.
Oh yeah, they are, aren't they? Well, either way, I love that, and I think one thing that's tricky with a photo like this is that the background has some red in it, and Deadpool's not obviously with like the black and stuff, but Deadpool is not like disappearing into the background, which I think is really good. So I love that, and I think it's very tricky. And you mentioned the rim lighting; it's on both sides. I like the contrast of the orange and blue.
Mm-hmm. There you go. There you go. What's at number 2, Nico?
This is you could tell this is a Nico selection. Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm going to be super in Spanish and I'm going to say like Oli. Man, one of my favorite characters of all time is V. So when I saw this picture and it was like, oh my god, it's there. One of those figures that are almost impossible to get. There are like 2 or 3 different brands that make V and are difficult to get, and they are such a mess to understand if you got what scale it is. And this really nailed the ambience of the character, the roses on the floor. If you didn't watch the movie, go and watch it. I'm not going to spoil it, but go and watch it. The roses are important here. And yes, that hat over the face, covering the eyes of the mask, man, stunning work.
This is a great looking figure. Rin, what do you think on this one?
I just want to say, with the fear of getting booed by Nico, I haven't actually seen V for Vendetta. I know.
Get out of here right now. Wait. Kylie's right. You deserve this so much.
There you go. Now you've officially been booed.
And I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
That's 3 films that you've not seen today. You're supposed to be the movie guy.
3?
Yeah, in Bruges, this one,
yes.
and what was the other one? There was another one.
Which one?
The Grandma one, or
Right.
whatever.
Oh, Grandma's Boy.
Oh, shut up! You haven't watched it either. That doesn't count. Okay.
Oh, so now my movies don't count. I see how you guys are.
Well, if it's like an old one, okay.
Oh, so what are you trying to say? No,
I need.
No, go do your thing, man.
I need to say my thoughts on this photo.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, oh god, I'm lost for words now. Think. Okay. The lighting is beautiful. I mean, as Nico was saying, just the way the hat is positioned so you can't see the eyes. I always love that in any sort of shot. The sort of the alleyway is such a great scene and vibe. Yeah, really cool.
Awesome.
Just to add one thing, the caption of this picture on Instagram was "Ideas are bulletproof." So
there you go.
Makes the whole sense of the picture. The whole sense.
At Lost Signal.
Yeah.
Great
work.
He always does fantastic work. So
Yeah, love this.
Enjoy it. Last but not least, man, I get 2 of them today. I mean, what's not to like about this one? All right, I'm gonna take the softball on this one. I'm gonna say the reflection in the water is what really. I mean, first off, look at the boat. Come on, and look at the figs, and then it's the reflection in the water. So, what do you think, Kay?
I think it's awesome. I really
There's a lot of stormtroopers there.
Last stormtroopers. I'm a big fan of this one.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Anybody got any stormtroopers later? No, I'm just kidding.
No, but stop it.
Clone troopers, thank you. Clone troopers.
Clone troopers.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Clones.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you very much.
Yep.
This is awesome. I think.
I know they're not NECA, but anyway.
Yeah.
So.
I think one thing that's tricky about this is like the clone troopers are not washed out. Like there's a lot of light, but they're not washed out. You can see each one of them individually, and I think that's done really well. I think that's probably really tricky to accomplish with mostly white figures or whatever. So that's awesome. Great work overall, though. Love it.
All right, cool. Well, that's the first half of our top 10, and going from there, we're gonna go into our next segment. What we got cooking, Nico?
Oh,
That's me.
yeah. It's for God.
You're
Sorry.
That's
I'm still working on the thing when they changed the range of the icon. Sorry about that.
all right. It's okay.
But yeah,
That's a small, and the
Yeah.
world got to see me even bigger. So it's all about me.
that it is.
There we go.
Roll.
There we go.
Hello, everybody. So my segment of the week, call it like it is. Yep, I agree. I know what you're thinking. It's still the best named segment. Anyway, I never planned that bit out, by the way. It's booming. So I don't have a film or a series to talk about this week, but I've been playing Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, and I finished it just recently this week. And so to give a little bit of background, like I like to do, this is a remake of a game that came out in 2004. It was originally released on the PlayStation 2. And then in May of 2023, Konami announced a remake was on the way. And there was a lot of excitement, but there was also a degree of apprehension in the Metal Gear Solid community, and a little bit more into the sort of the gaming community as well. And this is because the original creative mind behind the Metal Gear Solid games, Hideo Kojima, he and Konami quite famously parted ways about 10 years ago now. It was on the release, just after the release of Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain. It was a very messy and public breakup, and I don't really want to talk about it. It's been sort of spoken to death, but basically I think there was a clash of ideologies, and basically they went their separate ways, and Kojima founded a separate studio for his own. But to talk about the concerns that the community had, they were sort of twofold. So the first was that Konami would try to change the game and compromise Kojima's original vision, and that was like a big red flag for everybody, because Kojima is really well regarded in gaming. And the second sort of big worry was that Konami are known for being penny counters, or dollar count or whatever, and they wouldn't fully invest in a game that would cost significantly more than the original that came out 20 years ago now. So that sort of catches us up, on the background of the development of this. And to sort of speak personally on the Metal Gear Solid franchise and why I wanted to talk about it today is, I still remember the first time I played the original Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation 1. I was on my way to school, and I went to go meet my friend at his house, and we normally used to bike to school. And he was like, look at this game. Look at this game. And it was just a demo. It wasn't the full game. It was just a demo. And it completely changed the way I looked at video games. It completely molded what I like and get. So my favorite type of games are narrative-driven games. I'm not very intelligent, so I can't do puzzle games, but I really like a good story. I really like.
I love you anyways.
Dumb but pretty, I hope. But yeah, I really like your Last of Us, your God of Wars, your Spider-Mans, on the all that sort of stuff. And this has been a series that has always been so interesting. I'm currently going back and revisiting this, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to see stuff that I just completely didn't understand as a kid. Specifically, that second one apparently has some real meta stuff that is really relevant now in terms of like misinformation and all that sort of stuff. So they are they were then, and they probably still are, so far ahead of their time in some aspects. So to talk about the remake, I want to first talk about the sort of gameplay and the vision, and also talk about sort of compare the visual style. So the gameplay, for the most part, hasn't really changed, but also has. So what Konami has done is provided us with two different ways to play the game. They've given us what they call the legacy mode, and this is basically you play the game how it was originally intended, almost, from what I can tell, almost down to the letter. And the only difference is you get these updated graphics here, and you can play in 4K up to 60 frames per second. So it looks as stunning as it does on the right there. I want to also talk about the original image here. And this comparison comes from twistedvoxel.com, by the way. This is not one I made. I just wanted to make sure I credited that. I think the image on the left is still quite timeless. And I think the Metal Gear games in this era still hold up really well because the animation style is almost like sort of, Toy Story 2. You've watched Toy Story 2 now. That's about the same age, and it still looks great. And I still look at this and I don't know if it's nostalgia or what, but I still think it looks fantastic.
Cool.
So that's the legacy mode. There's also a new style that you can play as, and essentially what this does is it gives you the option to play in a traditional sort of third-person, over-the-shoulder shooter, and it comes with a few quality of life updates. So some menus are a little bit easier to navigate. Going into first person is a lot easier. It doesn't feel like Bret Hart's putting your fingers in a damn sharpshooter just to shoot somebody, just shoot a baddie in first person mode. But I will talk. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what I didn't like about that in a second. So the story is the next thing that I really want to talk about, because the story it's regarded as sort of one of the best in the series, specifically to Metal Gear. So the story is completely untouched. From what I can tell, every frame, every shot, every line delivered is exactly the same. And the only difference is you're seeing it in this, updated graphics, like I mentioned. And what it really highlighted was just how ahead of the curve that Kojima was in how he filmed these cutscenes. You look at these cutscenes now, and they're the same back then, and the way they're shot, the cinematography, there's some obvious nods to some famous stuff out there. This is clearly Kojima's James Bond. He also, the character is based off the Escape from New York and LA films. There is, a lot of reference, but it looks like, I was looking at it, I couldn't quite believe that this was a 21-year-old game. Do you know what I mean? It really, really spectacular. So something I do want to talk about as well. So Kojima he's regarded as a genius within in the games industry and in the games community, and I think he earns that credit. He does a lot. He wrote a lot of these stories. They're absolutely mad, but he also pushed development of the games, doing something really different and really new. A big hook of this is camouflage, and the environment that you're in, you need to change your camouflage so that you can blend into your environment more. You also have to heal yourself when you get injured. So you go in and you have to disinfect the wound. You have to stitch up the wound and bandage the wound. And this was 20 years ago. You were not seeing this stuff back then. But what I will say is there's some real weird stuff in there. And I know some of this is going to be down to the translation from Japanese to the English, the American voiced actors. So some of that some of it feels a bit weird. But there's also some like pervy stuff in there from Kojima. There is a period in the game. There is a period in the game where you get in the cutscenes you get a prompt to press a button, and you get like a first-person view. And I was playing it, and my kid was in the room at the time, and it was like press R1, and I just looked at the girl's boobs, like straight, like zoom in, and I was just like, and it was like it wasn't quick. I was like,
wait,
okay, I'll take that off.
Just so I make sure and don't accidentally do it. What button is that again?
R1.
I want to keep it PG. I want to keep it PG. I was going to say the but I think those elements do kind of detract from like the quote unquote genius side of Kojima. To be honest, it's really weird that you're playing this sort of super serious melodramatic story, and then in the middle of it you can get a secret cutscene where instead of like making love with the love interest, you do a wrestle. You just and it's like they make a lot of like small penis jokes and stuff, and it's just like, what is happening. It's just really weird.
Well, you get some of that out of the Japanese humor for sure. It's different. It's
it
different.
was just So that was it was an awkward moment playing that game at that point.
Awkward moment. What about this?
That alligator suit is too much.
This is one of the. This is like the DLC. You can essentially, there's a bit in the game where it's a swamp and it's just full of these. I don't know if they're alligators or crocodiles, but you just
I'm gonna go with neither.
I don't know, man.
I don't know what that is, man.
That's you dressed up. That's you. That's your camo.
That's exactly. That's you. You're.
That's
in
you. Yeah, that's you. Yeah.
Blending in with the Jurassic era. Cool.
So to sort of start rounding this up a little bit, I want to give my sort of general impressions. So I really wanted to love this, but I think I just liked it. I think it's a solid remake, but I think it could have been more. I think of the Resident Evil remakes that have been released over the last sort of 6 to 8 years, and I think about how they adapted those old tank-style controls into something modern and fresh and still scary as hell. And I think Konami doesn't, or the Konami in the development team here didn't really sort of hit the mark in the same way that the RE guys did.
No,
it feels a little bit like the developers have like one foot in the past and one foot in the future. And while I think there is a lot of value in offering these experiences to two clearly different audiences, there's always going to be the old dudes that want to play the older style game. But I think, I struggle with what I would prefer, because I did enjoy my experience and I played in the new style on my first playthrough, but I found that some of the new style gameplay elements, they also clashed with some of the true to form, like, they kept a lot of that original game design.
Do they nerf things down? Do they nerf things down, like in terms of finger dexterity and stuff like that, compared to like some of the old games? Is that
yes? So I think that's a good improvement. I think the game plays a lot better in the new style. I think about like Metal Gear Solid 5, which is one of the best experiences you could play gameplay wise. It's probably one of the weaker stories with Metal Gear, but to play that game was an absolute joy. It was buttery smooth. And this isn't quite that. This is sort of slightly below that, I think.
Gotcha.
It does make things easier as well, because you can sort of the depth of field is more open and you can sort of see enemies more, whereas the older style is different. So I think that sort of holds it back somewhat. I found myself in my playthrough getting to a certain point where I was just getting frustrated with, like, I was sort of almost hitting my head against a brick wall, and I just I brute forced the rest of my playthrough and wasn't really focused on stealth. And this is a stealth focused game. There are different ways to play it, but it is, if you see the genre of the game, it's a stealth game. Right. So I finished that original mode, and I thought, I'm going to try out the legacy mode. And I have to say, I've only played a couple of hours, but I think the game still really suits that old legacy mode. I said I'm not really much of a puzzle gamer. With the old style, the way that you play the game, the way the almost like it's almost a room. So you go to an area of the jungle, for example, and you've got to get from point A to point B, and there are guards and there are animals, and you need to sort of hunt to survive and stuff like that. And I found that a lot more interesting. I took my time more. I wasn't getting impatient like I was in the old style. So yeah, I'm still going to put a lot more time in and sort of see how I feel about the legacy mode, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
The critics, they loved it. Generally favorable reviews. We got scores, a Metacritic average of 85 out of 100. The big boys, Game Informer gave it a 90. Push Square gave it a 90. IGN gave it an 8. And GameSpot gave it a 9. I find GameSpot to be particularly harsh in their scores. Or maybe not harsh, but like quite hard on their reviewing, their reviews. And then the user score on Metacritic as well, because we always like to get to see how the community feels compared to critics, because I think sometimes there is a divide. And they're about 75 out of 100. And now it's time for my score. This is time for Cal to call it like he sees it. I think it's about a 7. I think it's good, not great.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
How dare
What's it?
you?
Right.
Oh wait, I've just got a. Oh, Gannon, I just got a DM from you.
For me?
Oh.
Did you?
Oh, this is off-brand, but it says you recently watched Superman again. You cried the entire time, and you'll fight any of the Snyder Bros anytime they want.
Wow.
Do you want that to go on the show?
Do I have to raise this to a 7? Is that going to be? Will that get the Snyders off me, or the Gunners off me? Anyway. All right, man. Love it. Great job, Cal. So let us know in the comments if anybody's interested in hearing more about video games or gaming universe.
This is a bit of a swing, so if you're not interested, let us know.
Yeah, we're just trying new segments and new things, and let us know what you'd like Cal to cover. We'd love to hear from you.
Connor, while I don't know when I'm going to be able to ask you this in another platform before again. Favorite Adventure Time character and why? I'll wait. We can carry on, but we'll see what he says.
Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, cool. So with that, we're going to, what are we getting into next, Nico? We got our second half coming up. Oh, hey, we got another one from H here. I mean, absolutely lovely photo. Common Idols. Come on, man. Everything he does is great. So, love this photo so much. And I believe this came from a collab over there with LOTP. And
Yep.
great job as always. Do you want to speak to this one a little bit, Ren, since it was you guys' collab?
Yeah, so the collab was recreate a movie shot with 5 using Batman, The Mandalorian, or Spider-Man. Get the Marvel, DC, and Star Wars collectors involved. And this guy, Common Idols, did all 3 of them. And I just love how, I mean, it's such a simple shot, but it's got just so much comedy. It's recreating a great, comedy movie poster of 3 men and a baby. I mean, it's just such an unlikely trio to have here. It's utterly bizarre, but yeah, his stuff is always so bright and colourful, and it's always very comedic, I find. Yeah. So yeah, great work from him. One of my personal favourites from the LOTP collab.
Great job, man. All right, Nico. So I know we're down a segment this week. We've expanded a couple of the others. Are we at that point in time where we're second half of top 10 at this point?
Yes, sir.
Let's roll. Let's go. Let's get after it. All right. Hey, this one comes from me at number 6. We've got What's Up, Danger?
This might be my one.
Is it yours?
It's yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I saw this photo, but I thought Cal had already picked it. So have at it, buddy. Talk.
Yeah. So What's Up Danger is one of my favorite photographers on the platform. And we have a you can see right here why this is one of his more quieter shots as well, but I love this. I love the moss, adds to the realism. We got a little bit of rim lighting on the top there, and it just looks like we're there. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't. It almost doesn't look like a toy photo. And I'd be curious to know how he edited the skull down there, because you don't want to get that wet, surely.
I don't know, man.
Because I think it's Mezco, right?
Art. Yeah. I don't know. I know I'm not real big on getting my cloth goods wet, but yeah. Anyway, that's really cool. Great shot. And nothing but love for that guy. What do you think, Kay? This is you, buddy.
Did I pick this one?
Yep.
I did? I don't remember. Yeah. I apologize to fake some photos, but please go follow them. Yeah, I think I picked this thinking the horror stuff, so I think it's really cool. I love the angle of the photo and the lighting coming from the window on the back. So that's an awesome photo. I think it's great.
Yeah, I'm digging the way that the lighting's coming through the bar window there, and the or the frames in the window there. I guess it's not bars. This looks like maybe somebody's. You talk about a home invasion, man. Is that like somebody's living room? That is not a good place to be, right there. But yeah, like this one a lot. Anything you thinking, Nico?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about the same. The way that the lights come through that kind of window with I don't know if it's a smoke or steam or atmosphere air spray, but they work tremendously well with that kind of scenes. So yeah.
Yeah, and once again, you know how I always like that foreground, subject background. Well done. What do we got? There we go. There's one from Kay.
Yep.
Yeah, so we were talking about this one actually after our show last night. We were going through Sergeant Banana's photos, and this was one that I really liked. One thing I like about his style is that he kind of allows the character to be a little bit more mute and toned down, and then he uses accents of like colors, like the bright green on the left from the tree, or the red on the bag to kind of tie it all together. So I think it's a really great photo.
So you know who this guy is for me. I mean, he's one of my favorites, man. So everything he does, I can gush about every one of the photos. Kyle, what you think, man?
Yeah, fantastic. I love the light coming in from the top right there, breaking through the trees. It looks very natural. I don't know who the character is, but just very stoic, very contemplative. It's a beauty.
That's one of those Mezco figs, right? Yeah.
It looks like the DC character from Creature Commandos. I've not seen much of the show, but there's a robot like World War II guy in there, and it reminded me of that.
Right on.
It's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah. Ren, what do you know? Do you know which fig this is? Off the top of your head.
It's definitely Mezco. I'm blanking on the name. I want to say G.I. Robot, but that's just the guy from Creature Commandos.
Right.
But no, I love the shot. It's kind of given Last of Us vibes, because there's a heavy military element to the Last of Us, and where in the Last of Us, like, you sort of have to like make stuff and like sort of with scraps and stuff. It's perfect because the robot looks like a bunch of scrap, sort of merged with the military element of Last of Us in the sort of forest setting. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
So Fate and Apertoy, that it's Junkyard Joe. It's Junkyard Joe. That's exactly what it is. So all right, cool. All right, Nico, what we got for number 1 this week? Or I'm sorry, number 9. Good grief, man. I'm telling you, man. I don't wear my glasses. See what happens.
Gotcha.
Yeah, let's go, Nico.
What can I say about this? Actually, it's 1/6 scale figure, but until I get to know the backstage of the photo, I always think that it was actually taken from the movie. It's so realistic. The factor that he made the relationship, the aspect relation that he took to make this kind of movie-ish kind of thing, and the figure also it's super like sharp until the real character. So yeah, the lighting, the ambient, it's exactly like you will expect being on the Scream movie.
Yeah, blending a photo in like that is not easy. That is not easy, and that absolutely looks like a capture from the movie. So, Kay, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I was gonna say. I think one thing that's really cool about it is that like there's not a lot of vibrance to Ghostface here, which allows to sell that realism, like he's in that hallway, because you can see from his surroundings it's dark in that hallway. He's deep inside of this school or this building or wherever they're at, so like it's not super bright. And I like that he's slightly off, like his body's slightly off the middle. It kind of gives a little bit of like an uneasy or eerie feeling, like, okay, this is about to get bad for whoever he's looking at.
Yeah, right on. Cool. So let's look at number 10. And this is one of H's. How can you go wrong with Venom and Spider-Man? I'm Azzyfigs at Azzyfigs. Great job on this photo. Like the lighting coming across the back, the shoulders, and I like that Spider-Man's a little bit blurred out there in the front. And you've got that mean mug on Venom just right up there in focus, and then nice looking creamy background. What do you think, Kay? I'm sorry. You know what? I'm gonna throw this to Cal this time. I keep going to Kay. Let's go to Cal.
I really like it. I really like the posing on Venom. It really sells the scale difference between him and Peter, and that in that game that this is sort of this Venom is from. He is a big beefy boy, and he looks like a big beefy boy.
Awesome.
What do you think, Ren?
I was going to say it's clever that he's using the Mafex Spider-Man because they're even smaller than Marvel Legends, and it just adds to Venom looking even more like empowering. I love the angle. I always sort of love the angle, sort of like when the shot is taken quite low down, so you can really. It just makes the figures always look much bigger, much more taller and scary. Menacing, yes, thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
So
yeah.
I always love that sort of angle. Is that a sort of edited background that doesn't look natural, but again looks amazing? They really look well put together. Yeah, great shot. Awesome.
Well, gang, there you have it. That is our top 10 photos of the week. Somebody asked in the chat earlier that hashtag for that is hashtag GFPF top 10. I think we've got it. We'll scroll it down here at the bottom, but yeah, if you want to do that every week, just hashtag us, and we'll keep an eye out for those and try and get your shot on here. We try and do a good job of spreading love, so please, by all means, hashtag us up. I think we're coming to that beautiful end of the show. And appreciate everybody that joined in today. Everyone in the crowd, thank you very much for the live watchers, and for anyone that comes on and watches a recording. Love you guys too. Be sure that you tune in every week here at 4:30 Central. That's 5:30 Eastern. And also remember, on Wednesdays, Wednesday evenings, we do, GFPF After Dark. And that will be me and Nico and Agent K, doing a show over there. The little edgier version. It's late night show, so we maybe have a couple of beers and have a good time on that show. It's definitely PG-13. So
18.
Oh, okay. Nico says 18. I've never heard of that before, but hey, we'll call it that.
Hey, we've heard it.
Yeah, there you go.
3/5 of this panel have heard it.
Oh, hey, the vote is in.
You're the minority.
There you go. Hey, I'll take it. So anyway, PG-18. Anyway, so make sure you check us out on Wednesday nights as well, and some exciting things that are coming up. October 3rd, Friday, October 3rd, we're going to harken back to a time of old, and we are going to do a 100 photo breakdown. So we're going to do a show at I believe 6 p.m. on Central Time, so that'd be 7 Eastern. I believe that for you UKers, that's midnight. But though, it's a Friday night. Come on, guys. Anyway, so we will be going through and picking out 100 photos from the GFPF community and going through those photos and giving everybody some love. That'll probably be a pretty long show, a couple hours at least, I'm guessing, maybe more. But we'd love to have you all tune in and see that one. And also stay tuned for some news about maybe a UK show that might be getting done soon. We might do a GFPF UK. Wonder who that's going to be. And maybe even something in Spanish. Ooh, get exciting around here. Yeah, there you go.
Claro que sí.
And last but not least, keep an eye out around the holidays. We're going to do a 24-hour live stream, and we're going to do a toy drive. So we're going to try and get some folks involved. in that from around the community and some names everybody knows, and we'll see how that goes. Working on that now, so we'll keep you up to date on that. Anyway, that's everything that I'm working on. Let's go around the room. I'm going to go counterclockwise. Rin, what you got, buddy?
Well, as you were teasing a potential UK show, I wonder who might be hosting that. Might be this person talking, maybe I don't know. That is official. I will be hosting Gfpf UK. We're well underway on production. We're sort of figuring lots of things out for you guys. So hopefully that'll be sort of early November, mid-November. We'll be ready. But yeah, that's the big stuff working on. And then besides that, just photos, lots of collabs as usual. Always booked and busy. Yeah,
Captain Collab.
Indeed.
Right. Cal, what's up, buddy?
Nothing much for me. Just to say that next week we'll probably do a summer blockbuster recap. And the plan is to have Ren back, and me and Ren can talk about some of our favorite films, blockbuster-wise, from this year.
Love it. Sounds good. Tell us about your plans, Kay.
Yeah, so actually you mentioned our GFPF After Dark show. I wanted to mention that if you'd like to be featured on the show, to use our hashtags GFPF star, you'll be featured on our on the show. So we'll go through your Instagram page, highlight some of your photos at random, kind of keep you on edge, and go over some of your page and stuff. We can shout you out. So that's hashtag GFPF star. And we also have another hashtag we're using. If you'd like to see your photo critiqued by us, we do it friendly. You can go look at our last two shows. We started off with each other first. We're a lot more mean to each other than we would be to you. We highlight the positives of your photo and then kind of break down what we could have done differently or what we would have done differently. Not that it's right or wrong, just something that we point out. So use hashtag GFPF critique for that. But other than that, I'm just kind of getting ready for everything else that's coming up. Like I said earlier in my segment, tons of McFarlane pre-orders happening. So there's a lot of news I gotta get through. There's so much stuff on the way. So, but that's it. That's what I got going on. Oh, and it's my son's birthday. How could I forget? Happy birthday to my son.
Happy birthday.
Happy
11 years old
birthday.
today.
Billy Kay.
Happy birthday to you.
Yep. So happy birthday to my son Nolan. He's 11 today. We're gonna celebrate his birthday on Sunday. So very excited for that.
Awesome. Very well. Very good. Very good. What you got, Nico?
No, not too much. You talk a lot of the first times at first sight. So yeah, I'm working on this 100 featuring show. We're working on the marathonic thing for the holidays, and also for the Spanish show. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, our
Not
plates are full for sure. So, but never too full to try and squeeze some photos in. So, and I'm going to try and get some out. I'll try and get some out this week. So anyway, thank you all very much again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you all. And I believe we have one more thing before we get out of here.
Did I pick a McFarlane toy? Oh no.
No way.
Unreal. So this at Randy's Nerdica. Awesome photos. He actually has a carousel on his Instagram, and there's one there. All these photos are great. One thing I really liked about this is that this figure and the Red Hood figure that are actually in this photo are some of McFarlane's worst, in my opinion, as far as like their cape, just overall build. But he made them look immaculate, and I was impressed. It really impressed me. This is like, it doesn't matter the quality of figure if you can, you do good lighting, good posing, good frame, whatever. You can make any figure look good. So I just want to highlight that because
Here.
yeah,
Here.
I think that's important to mention. Like, you don't have to have a super high quality figure. You don't have to have the most expensive. Like I said, in my opinion, these two are some of the worst figures in the line, and he made them look great. I would want to go buy these off of this photo. So awesome work from them. So again, just remember, It doesn't matter what figure you're taking. You can still have an awesome photo.
And honestly, on that note, don't forget, if you're in GFPF, hit us up. We'll get you on the collab. We've got a 20 below collab working right now, where it's very specific to. We've got guys in there that are using figures for $3.99, and it's just getting the best possible picture you can get. Yeah, out of a low cost action figure, and that's there's got to be we got to break that barrier of entry, so everybody can be involved.
Yep.
Anyway, all right. On that note, I am going to close the show down. Thank you all again, and we will see you next week. Deuces.
Bye-bye.